You okay for the time one. It's like you prepared, but I mean, the land of building, so thank God for that. Yeah, yeah.
So, um, yeah. So, how is Shanti, man? Before I started to ask you to pray, how is Shanti, man?
Yeah. It's days and the merry day, what I will see. It's still there dead because they don't bury it, so it's still there.
Right.
Yeah. Everything otherwise is good. Yeah.
We had a little similar on but we are very close to a start. We're already online, so just that we have.
Okay.
So can you just try to find a
Yes, yes.
the wall. Hey, the wall. I can do. So can we pray?
Okay. Most pleasant good morning to the nation and to you and to CJ and to each and everyone. I will give God thanks for waking us up this morning. A morning none of us did expect to behold, but by the mercy of Him, we behold a bright and getting up morning that we could see the day. I must give Him thanks for that. I must give Him praise. Father, this morning we said, Lord, I bring the country before you. We need a carry company, Martin. Father, the whole world is in your hand. Father, look over each and every one of your children this morning, Lord. Lord, please be on this spot. I broke this, Lord, and all that there is, and let you know the peace of God, let the manner of peace abide. Let us pray now, come down and let him blessing take his place, and son of Peter receive my cry. Oh, let us the gospel ring. This morning, Lord, I bring the Prime Minister before you. I bring all the ministers, this our blessed Lord. I bring the opposition party. I bring all the ministers before you. But I look over each and every one of them, guide them and protect them, Lord. But this morning, Lord, what could I tell you about your country? And I remember the entering of Grenada, Ghana of Grenada. But I remember it was our blessed Lord. But God, the case is in your hand. You alone, you create and you can be sure you can make every crooked path straight. Remember your children, this our Lord. Not forgetting the school children, Lord. Pass by every schoolhouse, this our Lord, each and every one of them. Teachers and your principal, I do for you, Lord. Have God reach out and touch each and every one of them. Some are rich and some are outside, some are love above they have. This our Lord, we know they are very stubborn and teach, but cannot turn our back on them. The entire time before you. Not by our police station, Lord. Reach out and touch them, Lord. You know, remember, I have my hand, God, change them in church. The was not allowed to take everyone in church. You know, you got to be called father of children. Why are you keeping the pants down? You know, each and every one of us by right is their right. But I bet you 40 and give up on we don't be so at the same love like God. But I know everything about your children and so on. I'm not walk as I bring morning, blessed Lord. But I pass night and everyone of them comes in a different home. Even for the age you want me so much, Lord. Remember the rich man when you come, Lord. Remember the mental home, Master. Remember the praise, Lord. But after the praise, me so much, Lord. But I know I'm tender, Lord. But I'm glad you know everything about them. I know them. Change you what I read you wine and let them what you want them to do. Keep them on the praise, Lord. The youths of this land, I don't know this for God. But I wish everybody speed up plotting vain vain. Then we have our love to bring down the stony heart, this power generation. No, no, God, I don't know, but I remember I know since began. But I remember the case and find yourself in your parish. So the child was like me for your material so the branch I can remember them. Oh God, I don't want to run this God. Almighty back and mighty headed. Help each and every one in our life. Bring our drivers to the food of our God. And bring us and oh God. But I got to push round to this my God. Remember the conductor, remember the driver. Passenger. Celebration every broadcast from the world of taking them to animal is the way they van by number. But that time you was the arrival for this morning love. Like the family have to safety, everyone is doing wrong. You will be left behind each and everyone in that home. Guide them and protect them, bless them, like this mother and bless you, make you, bring us to the one that we have, and you, but I'm God, you know, every time she go, every time she wants to go. I know even if man, I go from one, so we shall go up one. Remember, every time you go along, when we know everything, all but we see one with God. Akiba in the act of facing the Ibrahim that able to retain and one after nice Lord, my God and my King. Remember the out full of the body. Remember there is no to please have works so I can say Lord. Nothing more than Lord, but God comes in simple to say Lord. I do each and every one of them is one master. Let what are like you, what they want to do. When you let you with your soul. Remember those on the radio station, Lord. I got to get them one by one, not that the other children and so on. We don't tell everyone of them by the different vibes, singing. Bless them if they be so please, keep them in the activity. Everything I got able to see what is supposed to see, so I'm saying now. Right them to the life, one more nothing, cannot be broken. Hiding names for each and every one of them. The thrill of the body, show them how much time I bring each and every one of them. Remember me, so our Lord. Remember my thinking and my people. Those who be servant jihad, so our Lord. I bring each and every one before you, my God and my King. But if I did say, what is your which keep the way we will get to was they God in violent towards one that were trespassing. As we forgive those trespassing of us and the flood of temptation. When we go from one to that we can understand what we do forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Amen.
Yes. Have a good day.
Yes, can you go? People to see,
Dios, para que no me den.
can you? Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter. So,
Yes, yes. Yes.
so, well, you will know for next time.
You said next time you will do that. Next time you will do that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's something.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much, Ken.
Uh, all right. Have a good day.
Right. So,
What's good about the morning?
I've seen,
Ah,
so many things are good about the morning.
good morning to
Um,
you, and how are you?
God rise us up this morning, seeing nice clear sunshine where I am. I don't know for you,
Hmm. Oh, it's
in my
beautiful.
neck
It's
of the
hot here.
woods. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
breathing that breath of fresh air. So we have to be grateful.
Quite true.
So let's let's hear you shout up your peeps.
Well, it is. It's. Are you hearing an echo?
No, I'm not hearing no echo. You
Okay.
seem to have this echo problem. I don't have the echo problem at all, to be
Okay.
honest.
I'm hearing you echoing like crazy.
I don't know why that happening. I'm not hearing you echoing. I'm hearing you clear as crystal.
Okay. No pun intended there.
And just imagine if the technician can't address it because a while now you've been complaining about that. So I don't know. That problem might be from your end. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's my headphones. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's me say good morning to JG across the seas, Fifth and Hallie Douglas, Bernadette Abraham, Coffee in the Morning, Daphne Dayton family out there in Toronto, the Hill Street people. Good morning, Olavachi, NP, Lorna Bain, Junior out there on the Granite Heights. Good morning to Mary in Teo. And that's your chance to game a 97. Nicholas Snag. Chester Bandy David, good morning. Good morning to Jenny Mason. William Pear, good morning. Pat Penn family. SBW. Buddy out there in London, hope you're feeling better. Kathleen Ledlow. Royal Charles Alexander. Antonia Francois. Gloria Francois. Good morning to wifey Aito. Cabrino Philip, good morning to you. Good morning to Justin Tutman. Wendy out there in Toronto. Good morning to all the folks at the university under the cashew tree. Carol Belfan. Sherry Belfan. Nikki Sylvester. And also to my elite warriors. And last but not least, good morning to you, Jester. And how are you?
God, just like I say, you just saying that just make me just laugh. And but you're right, by no means listening shooter, by no means list. A name like that, I mean, come on.
Good morning.
So let me take the opportunity to say good morning to Gordon Bushes Richardson. Yeah, we chatted not too long ago, couple of days, I should say, ago. Wayne Ted John Anley Moose Bartholomew. I think he would have made his way back to. Yeah, I definitely will have to link with her today. I was supposed to link her since the last time. Didn't, but after the program, I'll give her.
Nothing. It
Yeah,
is
that's
it is summer here. It is yesterday was 90 degrees. It's in the 80s
yeah,
today. It is hot.
yeah, yes. And we're still getting quite a lot of sunshine here. I'm seeing the earth being crack open, big cracks. It's just to tell you the prolonged dry periods. Um, Now, as I suppose might be regulating the valve in different areas. The rain has not been coming as we are hoping for, I should say. Um, but while we are facing that condition, at the same time, I'm encouraging people to prepare for when the rainy season comes around, because after experiencing such, we do have sometimes um, quite a lot of rain. So we should be cleaning up our drains and things, taking out the debris in them, and you know what I'm saying? And we can't have that attitude that everything we depend on the government to do when we are the ones that would be seriously devastated if we don't do what is expected of us to us to relieve the conditions so that they don't impact on us in a very devastating way when the rain comes around. You understand what I'm saying, Claire? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. So we must develop that sort of attitude.
Well, you know,
All right, because
Jester,
and then we'll have to be mindful again too that we could have a lot of slides. The fact we have such a prolonged dry season been opening up and things that gives it good reason so that when the water goes down, actually find that we have a lot.
yep.
Um, on Thursday, but I must say with this in our better for next year
Mm-hmm.
derive as a result of this first of its kind inside of St. Patrick. Yeah. There was some debate. Some people I was hearing the talk.
Um, well, I'm not sure what year you heard that this took place because while I was teaching, that never happened, and I did
And
make
that
inquiries in reference to that,
and
and
before you go
the
on, Claire, that is the thing. You ask about what year, and that is what they are not certain about. They can't say, well, look, if it was in the year 1984 or if it was 1986, they know they're not. They can't state that.
okay, because I did inquire about it, and we had only, let's see, about four preschools around the time that I was teaching. We had the one where I used to be in fall. Then we had the one in River Sally. There was one in Rose Hill. And if my memory serves me right, I think there was one in Mount Alexander where
Yeah,
Shama used to
right.
teach.
Yeah, in prospect.
And
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
St. Patrick's, there was the one in Samaritan also that I taught there for a minute too. So we never had sports.
Yeah, because I don't remember something like that at all. I mean, I just can't seems to remember such happening. And as a matter of fact, um, it did not have all this pre-primary school as we now have back
No.
then. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
But
yeah, I don't think
I'm
they get it
happy
right.
that
I don't think they got it right.
you all had a
Yeah,
great
go on.
time doing it.
Yeah, yeah. It was really, really, really good. It took a lot of planning from our executive and planning committee for such. We must say hats off to the Grenada National Sports Council as well, also to One Link Entertainment because it was done in collaboration with One Link Entertainment and to my hardworking executive, the whole team who involved in the St. Patrick's Parish Sports Council. I say hats off to them. You know, I leave no stones unturned. And all the others, all sponsors, all the other stakeholders, all right, we value your efforts in making that event the success it has attained last week, Thursday. Yeah. What else can I speak about? Um, s- with people.
Then you get rid of
But
yourself.
you have to. But then,
Ah,
do even if you do it, you have to weigh the pros and cons. So,
well, it all depends on how you feel, how it affects you mentally. Because I, for one, would not stay anywhere where I'm suffering mentally just for my livelihood. There are other things that you can do to survive.
well, that's what I'm saying. Uh, it will depend. The person will have to weigh the pros and cons. Some people, it's good you can talk so. Some other person might say, "Nah, I can't afford to lose my job. Look, the kind of financial responsibility that I have on my hands, so I cannot. I'm not in a position to do such." So they have to fight and cope, but it's playing on your mental faculty. You understand what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's these are the kind of things some people have to deal with. And it's not an easy undertaking. Like I can tell you, it could be frustrating, you know. And if you're not very, very conscious, it could impact on how you relate in to your family back home, and what I'm saying, because of the mental strain being put on having to manage such people. And that is what we'll be dealing with today, actually. How can you
Uh,
deal with how do you deal with this thing?
Someone just
So,
said that the audio is coming in and going out. I'm not sure if Dugo could do anything about that.
oh yeah,
Hmm. And my mic
well,
just says really loud. Can you turn down my volume a bit for me?
your mic,
Hmm.
oh yeah,
On your end, I think I can hear my own. I think I'm better now.
is that better for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you go ahead. You're starting managing difficult relationships.
Yes. So when you can't reduce contact, the goal shifts from fixing the relationship to managing the interaction in sustainable way. That usually means protecting your time, energy, clarity, and leverage without escalating things unnecessarily. A few approaches tend to work better than trying to win every disagreement. Separate the person from the pattern. Instead of thinking this person is impossible, identify the repeatable behaviors. And some of these behaviors are dismissing concerns, changing expectations, provoking emotional reactions, avoiding accountability, monopolizing conversations. Yeah. So these are some of the things they identify, some of the behaviors. All right.
So,
Patterns are
mhm,
go on,
go-
go on.
so it says dismissing concerns. So identify the repeatable behavior, as you're saying, right?
Yes.
And discuss dismissing consent. How is that going to be if it's affecting you mentally as it is already? Why are you dismissing that concern?
That is a very good that is a very good question. Clear. Well, at least, right? Because there the whole idea is to relieve yourself of the mental pressure. So that is what has been advised. You dismiss the concerns. That you know
I think it's
that's
easier said
that
than
that's
done,
the
don't you
impression I get.
think?
Hey, say that again.
I said I think it's easier said than done.
Exactly, exactly. Changing expectations. Claire, what do you think they mean with that?
Okay,
Changing
so maybe
expectations.
from where I'm looking at it, maybe I set the bar too high. I'm expecting too much from that person or that individual. And when they do the things that they do, I'm disappointed. So I have to change how I feel about that person and the way they behave.
Ah. And then the next one says provoking emotional reactions.
I think that one is dangerous.
That's what I think. Is it a case to probably see how the person will react?
That's what it says, emotional reactions.
You're provoking that.
Hmm. So I look at it as somebody that is always quiet. No matter what you say, it's not touching them,
Yeah.
or if you they make you feel that it's not bothering them. So you may say something or you may know something about them that is going to make them react. So in that case,
Yes,
you're provoking how they're feeling emotionally.
you will do something deliberate so as to
Right.
provoke that sort of emotional reaction.
Hmm.
The next one state avoiding accountability.
Well, that's clear. Most of us do not own up to what we do, what we say, or how we react to things. We do not take accountability for it at all.
Right. And I think the next one is obvious too. Monopolizing conversation. You know, some people are very, very good at that. Eh? In fact, I remember one time Harrison Fleming, you know it, he was a real character. Eh?
Hmm.
And then we went to Prospect. So we were by Ted itself, Danville and Preco, and them one was a real showdown. And Eddie's philosophy is who could talk the most will win the argument.
Really? Mm.
I'm telling you, that was his sort of philosophy. So I get the impression that is exactly what will be taking place here. You understand? You monopolize the conversation, take control of it, have it for you.
And not only that, you're not giving the person that you're talking to a chance to speak and say what it is that's on their mind or how they feel.
Yeah, well, all of that comes with it.
Hmm.
And I just give you an example with with deceased Eddie Harrison Fleming. Those were the days, Claire.
Yep,
Was a
yep.
real character. Sometimes some of these guys and them, my mind do flash back on them and remember the days and from the football because there was really stunned Eagles supporters. In fact, Harrison at one time he may not have been in the club, but he was like an honorary member. Wherever Eagle plays, he was right there. Wherever, if we have to go St. David's when he leaves work or when he left work, he will go straight to La Sagesse and wait for the team wherever you're playing. Harrison was there. We used to have Eugene, that's
Mhm.
Gambala, and it was such fun. I mean, I remember those guys.
Okay, just
Oh my gosh.
let me ask,
Mm.
is your mic on?
Yeah, my mic is on.
Or go a little closer. You're sounding a bit off. Or bring it a bit closer to you. Or, right, let's see.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay.
So yes, you're saying he was
Well,
an avid fan of football.
yes, yes, yes. And I mean, but we are just coming back to the monopolizing of the conversation. I would always remember him for being that type of person, you
Mm.
know? Yeah, yeah. So let's continue. Patterns are easier to manage than personalities because you can prepare for them. And that's a very, very serious statement, Declare, and it's true. You understand? I'll read it again. Patterns are easier to manage than personalities because you can prepare for them. You,
Yes. You know, I
because you
always
don't,
say if somebody's a thief and you know they're a thief,
yeah,
you put away your valuables, yeah?
right.
When they're lying, you don't know where to turn. They can set you up in any way or form. You might end up in jail and not know why you end up in jail. So these are patterns.
Wasn't only this morning, earlier on this morning, we had that conversation. I think it was
Yes,
earlier on
yes.
this morning. You were saying
Hmm.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
your
because
patterns is something that you can follow.
yes, but as to how somebody's personalities, you actually do not know how someone will tend to react, and there are different circumstances. So sometimes you probably feel, well, I the last time I know he reacted so maybe my reaction again. No, you don't always tend to get the same reaction from someone,
Mm.
and that is why I never forget Chappell's philosophy. Chappell's thing is you don't experiment with human beings. I don't know if you remember the days when Chappell used to be telling Nico that in meeting.
But it's true. It's quite true.
Yeah, I'll never forget that from him. All right. So as we continue, stop aiming for full understanding, right? With some people, mutual understanding never really happens. If every conversation turns into one, defending yourself, two, explaining your intentions repeatedly, revisiting old conflicts. So stop aiming for full understanding. Because with some people, mutual understanding never really happens. All right. If
Hmm.
every conversation turns into defending yourself. So, and that is quite true. Because there are some people you may see them going wrong somewhere and you're willing to, you know, kind of just never touch them. But they are they prepare to always the defense. You understand? So it's like they prepare to shout out. Understand?
Hmm.
That is what I'm getting from the point. So what say you? What you
Well,
think?
there is no wrong in defending yourself, and it all depends on what you're being attacked with. So if somebody come to you just and say, I saw Claire gambling last night at Blast, and I was never at Blast. And you come to me and you say, Claire, I heard you were at Blast last night. Am I supposed to just take it just like that?
No, 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 no.
That's when I
I
have to
agree.
defend myself.
Yeah, but in that case, I get the impression they are talking about where, in obvious cases where people, they are much guilty of what they did, but yet still trying to defend.
But that's your
That's
opinion. And that's my opinion.
no, 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 no.
Well,
It's not
yes, because
a,
to me,
it's not
I'm
opinion.
not doing
There are
anything
facts.
wrong.
Facts are
Well,
facts.
the fact is that they think what you saw is what it is, and maybe it's not.
I realize you're just trying to make an argument, so I own it myself.
Not really.
So okay, if we went somewhere and I saw you, you went and we went somebody at someone's place, you went and you take the milk, you take the sugar and you put it, and the person come and they realize, well, it's missing, and I say, Claire is the one that took it, and you trying to defend that. Situation
Okay.
like that I'm talking about.
Yeah, but sometimes I could be in front of the fridge, the door is open. You might see me move the milk, but you didn't see me take milk and put in sugar and put in milk. Did you?
Right. You know what? You know you're not making sense with that, eh?
What
Because
was
so let me
you
move
mean?
on, eh? And the people will realize that you're not making no sense with that.
I don't know. It's
The
it's
second
all
one,
it's opinionated.
Claire,
Yes, Jester.
my lips are moving.
Okay, go ahead.
The second one, explaining your intentions repeatedly. What could this possibly? Explaining your intentions repeatedly. So I guess it's a case where you've been telling the person over and over, but yet you cannot get them to unlock. They're just locked in. How
You're
do you
not.
deal with situation? That's difficult situations to deal with, Claire. I mean, that research on this thing is not no easy thing to deal with. Having to deal with people like that. Imagine, remember what the topic is,
Managing
managing
difficult
conflict,
relationships.
managing conflicts with people that you can't cut off. So
Oh,
it's not within your rights to cut them off. So you have to continue to toil with them.
I I'm not going to agree that I
That's
can I
all I'm
cut them
saying.
off. I could cut them off, and I
Oh
will cut them
gosh.
off.
And even if you're prepared to cut off yourself, sometimes the consequences on your part is too much.
I am willing to face the
It's too much.
consequences.
It's too much. So that is not an easy place to situation to find for one to find themselves in. He or she finding themselves in. I'm telling
So let me ask you something.
you.
You have a relative or you have a friend that you they continue to hurt your feelings and they continue to do stuff to you. Are you telling me that because they are my relative, I cannot cut them off? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
I mean, the thing is, you may not have the right to cut them off.
How is that
It
possible?
is it is not your right of cutting them
But
off.
I am the one that's getting the
But
brunt of what they're dishing out.
yeah, but the
Oh man,
ball the
I cutting
ball
them off lightly, nicely.
the ball does not stop with you for cutting them off.
But it's my feelings. I don't understand what you're saying because it's
Yeah,
my feelings. And I have
well,
the right to make myself comfortable. And I don't see why I have to take the what they're dishing out on me and say, okay, they're my relatives and I can't cut them off. Heck no. I'm cutting them off.
some sometimes there, let's say in a workplace, sometimes you have different policies that exist. You probably as the manager, you probably may able to give the person a write up or so, thing, but you don't have the sole right of fine. That
But
may
that
be at
is
a
true.
different level.
That's
So
a that's a different
you
that's a
understand what I'm
different
saying?
scenario totally.
Eh, Yeah, so
Okay.
look, co-workers was used as an example in this whole thing. Um, the next one is revisiting old conflicts.
What about it?
Revisiting old conflicts. Well, I guess that's the thing is when you ought to have a showdown. Because remember that person making things difficult for you.
Mm-hmm.
you know, they will tend to resort to things that are happening in the past
You see, that's
to
why you
bring
have to
up.
cut them off. When you cut them off, you don't have to you don't have to revisit with them.
But as I stay clear, remember what the thing is, you cannot lose focus of that. You can't cut off. Don't forget that part of the topic. So you have to cope with it.
That is true.
You have to cope with it. So let's continue. You may need to lower the goal from being understood to being clear and consistent. That shift alone reduces a lot of frustration. You may need to lower the goal from being understood to being clear and consistent. You know, I get it. In our workplace or in other fast agents, you understand? So I'm getting the impression here that we still have no consistent. The lowest level to that person. And it's by doing that, that we that's what
So,
they're saying.
yeah. So just so before we continue, like I'm putting it out there, I want you all to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. This is the only way we are going to make it to reach more and more people. And the number to call that is scrolling across the screen is 1473 404 1189. You can use this to WhatsApp or you can call straight, depends on where you are. So please like, share, and subscribe. So, Jester, what do you
Right.
say now? You may to reduce frustration and all that.
Yeah, yes, yes,
So here's the question: If I am making you frustrated all the time, you tried your utmost, you did everything that you possibly can to change it. Tell me how you're going to use me, or what you can use to reduce the frustration that I am giving to you.
Well, in that case there, based on what is before me, um, that person probably did not grasp what was supposed to in the way you're expecting them to. So as
Mm-hmm.
a result of that, now you have to come and simplify it in the simplest of form. You have to go right down to the ground level. You can't even bring it up 1 inch. You have to explain it to the surface of the ground so that they can, you know, take it in. And you might find it difficult to do, but what they're telling you, if you do that, then it will reduce your frustration. And I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that.
All right.
Yeah. Let's look at use boundaries that are behavioral, not emotional. Right? Weak boundary. You need to respect me. Stronger boundary, and they give some example here. If the conversation becomes insulting, I will continue it later. Can we have a call coming in?
Go right ahead.
Good morning and welcome to Take Five program.
Well, morning to all of that students and all.
I'm here, yes, we are here.
So that listen, I just sent somebody saying call and give a number there. I just come on it. But the reason why before that I hear somebody
Yep.
Houdini was a magician. I think Claire was playing Houdini. When she said yeah about you see her going in the fridge, you know, I put the sugar in the milk, la 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 la, and so on. I'm not sure what the topic is, but what I would like to say, I'm glad and got you believe what I'm going to check something that is not there or what if it keeps me. But I'm glad she made that she gave that scenario. And I'm gonna tell you why. I know the topic y'all talking about it, but you see, when the calls are called, I reach to the house. I grin as they would say. Yeah? Oh, interesting topic. Oh, that's why she said she cutting them off like with a knife. It don't matter. Get rid of them. That's it. Blah, blah. Go better than this. That can be a difficult one, especially if there's a and sometimes the hardest uh, that is family members, close family members. Um, wrong to you, but because it's hard to get rid of them, managing them with keep how you manage them, what time you give them, how much you accommodate them as well. How, but that doesn't say that you want or you don't want them coming to spend the weekend, but they can make a short visit and you can't tolerate them for that weekend. So is your strategy in managing them? Yeah, some people it's very easy for them to say goodbye. I don't want to have anything to do with you again. And that would reach to the stage where there's a total disconnect. But there are people who play the game. They don't play they would come with all the empathy and all the apologies. And every time they do something wrong, they're so sorry they didn't mean it. Da. And you being the kind of soft-hearted person you be there will want to forgive them and accept them back. Now, forgiving is not necessarily accepting them back, but in a lot of cases you find that because of that sort of position that the individual may put themselves in, that is so sad and so weak and so stressed because they no longer have that connection with you. Whether it's a boyfriend, husband, lover, family, the individual sort of and the pattern continues. Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But let me just say this. I wanted to make the point when Claire talked about that street and and something people seem to not get straight. You may claim that you have facts, that you saw Claire take the milk and put the sugar in. But the onus is on you to provide the evidence of that. Yeah?
right.
You have to be able to, and a lot of people go to court looking for justice, but the evidence they're bringing forward is so weak that they take. You say you see Claire take the milk, blah, 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 but did you, my man, the lawyer, actually see her take that milk out of the fridge and put the sugar in it? Check this. You say Claire take the milk out of the fridge and she put the sugar in it. No, Claire did put the sugar in the milk, but that is, Claire did not take the milk out of the fridge and put the sugar in it. She brought the sugar to the fridge and put it in the milk. Where are you going with that?
Tell him. Tell him.
I'm just referring to you may have facts. Claire did put sugar in the milk, Let's ask her how she did it, what she saw. And if you can't relate exactly what took place, or you will up a creek without a paddle. Here's what you report you and facts, as you say, and you have no evidence. I'm not saying this is factual. I need to know how. I need for you to give me evidence that this is a truth.
Now,
Mhm. Mhm. I'll give you an example. And a woman wearing a red skirt up in court. Okay? Now, it's a very comprehensive situation that you see. She gets there and the evidence that she produces, they have some smart lawyer, right? That will bring us down the lane where based on the questions that that person did ask. Did you tell him no? Did you tell him to stop? Well, he heard me the church, I couldn't tell him no, I couldn't tell him to stop. And certain things within the law would say, if you didn't say no, you didn't say stop, whatever the case may be, consensual. So by the time she turned around, the man did her, but she was not getting so glad in spite of rape kits from the doctor, and the doctor was saying yes, the man was raping her. Evidence of it, but who did it? Is it this guy? You sure it's this guy? What shirt he was wearing? A brown or blue shirt? And the man say he had on a brown shirt and he can't put it because he get all confused. What means you what?
yes.
So this is why it's so important to have proper evidence. She was raped, but she couldn't bring the evidence to say this is the family. What happened? It's so.
Yeah. And these are the kind of technicalities.
They can't put the sugar in the milk.
Ah,
Let's say,
did you
let's
see me?
you have it wrong. You understand? She didn't take the milk out of the fridge because that's what she said. Take the milk out of the fridge. She bring the sugar to the fridge and she put it in the milk. Have a nice day and this came.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, interesting, but
Jester,
it's
Jester,
correct.
we still someone said they're not hearing you properly on the mic. Is that how you turn your volume up a bit?
Is that better, Claire?
Oh yes, much better. And when the
Okay.
calls are coming in, turn up the volume on the call because we hardly hear any persons when the call comes in. Okay.
So it's right up.
Okay. All right.
It's
Then
right
turn
up.
up the volume on the side of the phone, maybe. Okay. So that was a good one because you see, I told you some in front of the fridge. You didn't see me put sugar in the milk.
Right. The volume from the phone was down. Yeah.
Okay. So yes. So as again, subscribe, share, and like, and call 404-1189. Kathleen Ledlow, you've been on this program forever. We get your good morning every time, but please call. I need to know what your voice sounds like. Don't you have a family member that you want to cut off? Call and let me know. So
All
yes,
right.
Jester,
So,
go ahead.
so we're moving on.
Hold on. You made a thing about weak boundary,
Oh yeah, that's
right?
really
And it says You need to respect me. That word respect is thrown about like no tomorrow. Everybody says, "Oh, you need to respect me. You have no respect for me." But is it reciprocated?
So that's the thing. You have to give respect to everybody.
There you go.
There you go.
You talk about stronger boundary also. It says if the
Yes.
conversation becomes insulting, I'll continue it later. So let me ask you, how many of us that has conversation and somebody insults you that you want to go back to have the conversation with that person?
That's what I'm telling you. They just honestly with people that you come from.
Or you could cut him off.
Through that,
Cut him right up. Give them a bobbit.
you know, so the conversation becomes insulting.
But do you have
Yeah.
to?
It depends. It depends. Maybe in some instances you will have to. What if you have that person have to get that message?
Okay.
Okay. So knowing that you have to go back and talk to that, when you're going back to that person,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. With that one, I can discuss the issue, but not shout it at.
And that's understandable
Yeah.
because two voices going at each other shouting, we get nowhere.
I need decisions in writing. So
Now,
I could see the reason for that one because you probably reach a point where you know,
and not only that, just
that
because you see, sometimes we say things, and when it comes down to the wire, we can deny it and say we never said anything like that.
that's true.
So in writing, you have concrete proof that that
Yeah,
was said.
you have the record.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. You're so right about that.
When have I ever been
When I have
wrong?
a lot of times,
Oh, really? Okay.
great question.
That no, that's your opinion, eh?
That, that's what I know. I've been around you too long. Concrete boundaries are enforceable. Friends, not feelings.
Okay, just I think we're having a problem with the audio. It comes and it goes. So look at your the machine around you and push the knobs and so they're all in.
Yeah.
Uh because it comes and goes. So somebody's saying that the audio comes and goes. So anything at the back of the
But
mixer, try pushing them in to see if it's all lodged in.
okay, I think something here. So let's makes a difference now.
Was that?
Let's see if it makes a difference now.
Okay.
Okay.
And we are back to echoing. So let me see something here. Um, okay. Let's try this and see. Okay, so go ahead now.
Now, I was making a point that concrete boundaries are enforceable because they describe actions, not feelings.
Mm.
As we continue, reduce unnecessary exposure. You may not be able to cut someone off completely, but you can often reduce one, frequency, duration, emotional intimacy, topics discussed, dependency. So they are saying that you may not be able to cut someone off completely. As I say, you may not have that power, but you can often reduce on one frequency. But of course, yeah, I choose not to frequent myself around this person. Yeah,
Hmm. And you can avoid that for sure. You don't have to be there.
exactly. Also, duration. So I guess that in that situation, you just do what you have to do. You don't have to stick around the person. Like that one, to me, the duration. That's the impression I get from the duration. Staying around them to make yourself uncomfortable, and to give you no more mental stress. So you avoid that. Number three is emotional intimacy.
What
What do you think they are talking about? Emotional
I
intimacy.
was going to ask you the same question, but emotional intimacy. Like, okay, my thing is, if you get involved emotionally with the persons that are around you, obviously you will have feelings for this person, not the kind of intimate like boyfriend girlfriend
Yeah,
thing,
right.
right? But so you become, when the person is behaving the way they are emotionally, it's going to affect you. So you
Yes.
kind of and it's going to be harder to break away from that than if you did not have any intimacy around that person, with that person at all.
Yeah, and it means too that you will choose not to socialize with that person as well. In any kind
Hmm.
of social environment, you probably will choose not to be a part of. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next one, let me mention of topics discussed. So you will just leave it alone. You won't go to that person. Even it's somebody who usually gives you a hard time, you know, realizing that whenever you approach that person, it usually end up in some form of conflict. You just leave it alone. He's not somebody you want to pick a topic to discuss with, you
Hmm.
know. And dependency. Well, oh my gosh, if you have to depend on somebody that you're always in conflict with, that's a very difficult, very, very difficult.
That's why it is important for you to be independent or friend dependent.
You always talk about that friend dependency.
Yes. So you don't depend. You see, once you start depending on people, it can go anywhere. Like you
Right.
lose
So
yourself, you lose your control.
there was giving examples of what we mentioned above. So they're saying keep conversation task focus, keep conversation task focus, avoid emotionally loaded subjects, communicate by message/email when possible, and the fourth one, don't volunteer sensitive information.
Let's start with the last
Yeah.
one. Why do you think that they're saying do not volunteer sensitive information?
Why do I believe that? Don't volunteer sensitive information. maybe they might spill it because that person having conflict with you, the trust is being broken. Um, I don't believe. Why would you want to? Because to me, sensitive information could be also lead to personal and confidential information, and to me, that person could mess you up. They could spill the beans. They could, you know,
Or
cause you to
it could turn to be
get
blackmail.
all of that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because you say the thing about it, we humans have the tendency, like when we know something, we always think that we can hold it over somebody's head. So if that person doesn't do what we want them to do or what we ask them to do, they can use it as blackmail.
Yes. Um. So I don't think we need to go in
No,
details of the tree on top.
no.
But they are saying, as a result of that, this is especially useful with difficult co-workers, relative, co-partners, or roommates. And that's the point I was making earlier. Remember, it's difficult people you're dealing with. And you see, you come back and make the point here. This is especially useful with difficult co-workers, relative, co-partners, or roommates.
Co-parents, parents. Mhm.
Right?
Co-parents.
Co-parents. What did I say?
You say partners.
Co-partners. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with co-parents. You know, they're people that get married, husband, wife, then they separate or get divorced, and they have children. So none of them has full custody of that child or children. So they decide to co-parent. I am living in Toronto. You are living in New York. And it is like every other weekend, you get the child. So we co-parent, right?
Okay.
So if something comes up on your end in New York, when the time for the child to be with you cannot take the child. This is where conflicts come in. And it doesn't have to, it happens more than one time. So it's become a habit now. So this is where we go to the judge again, explain the situation, and chances are I may get full custody of that child because I'm keeping my end of the bargain. So this is where co-parents, we have that thing.
Okay. Okay. I understand you. Many people out there would understand you loud and clear as well. Well, your name is good.
No pun intended here. Yes.
Right. So as we move along, it says don't reward escalation. Some conflicts intensify because one person learns that pressure gets resolved.
And do you think that is fair?
It may not be.
We did a
It may
topic a
not.
couple weeks ago where escalation caused one man to kill his wife, and he
Yeah,
lost all his friends, right?
I
This is
remember.
part of it, escalation. So they're saying don't reward it.
Yeah. Don't reward escalation. Some conflicts intensify because one person learns that pressure gets resolved. If
And
someone, right?
it may not be the result that you're looking for.
Yeah. And okay, you talk about guilt trips there. Um, raises the voice, creates urgency, keeps pushing after your answer. These are some of the things that are shown after these headlines.
But
So coming out from
I think we should go with this one by one. This is very important.
yeah. So
When somebody says guilt trip, what do you think they mean?
kill troops. I don't know. You have to help me.
Uh,
You will
so
have to help me with this one.
something happens. Let's say the parents that are co-parenting, right? It could be that the child is supposed to go to you in New York this week coming up, right? But you have a conference in San Francisco. Now I am going to guilt trip you and say, you know what? It is your turn to look after the child. You are not pulling your socks up. You are not giving me any support. You think your job is more important than the child coming to you. That is guilt trip. You're making me feel guilty for not being there to accept the
So take the
child.
responsibility. The child.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Okay. So it's a good thing you explained that, because trust me, I would not have imagined that is what it was all about.
Hmm. Well, you can feel guilty about a lot of things. I just use that as one example.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Raises their voice. Yeah. So
So in a
you
conflict,
don't yeah, you don't reward people that has this kind of attitude, raising your voice, and
but
they should
sometimes,
get
Jester, sometimes you speak softly to someone. Let's look at it as our children. You have you have my daughter and I have my son. And I say to them, okay, clean the room for me, please, in half an hour. When I come back, it needs to be clean. I say it nice and soft. I come back in half an hour and the room is not clean. So I get frustrated and my voice raises. So we can use that the same as in a workplace. You ask a coworker or your worker to send an email to this person stating that we would not be able to attend the meeting today, right? You said it nice and soft. And you said, okay, I need it to go in the next 5 minutes. When you check, because they're supposed to carbon copy it to you, right? And when you check it's not there, you get all upset because this is an important thing. So your voice raises, right?
yeah,
So this is what they're talking about. How the conflicts intensify when the pressure gets.
right.
It's not
Yes,
that you have the
yes,
intention of raising your voice. It is the way it's when things are not done properly. Again, we're
yes.
asking to
To get
like,
results.
share, and subscribe. Just if you look on the live, you will see who just checked in.
Um, Good morning, my friend. Pleasant day to you and your listeners. Who that is?
Oh my gosh, you're blind?
Leslie Nicholas. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Good morning, Nico. I'm so glad to see you
Yep.
tuned into the thunder.
So yes. So creates urgency. How do you think someone can create urgency just in conflicts or in workplace or in relationship or in your family?
Creates urgency. Hmm. create urgency.
Or in the first place, what's urgency?
In the first place, what?
What's urgency to you?
Urgency is a matter that you have to attend to immediately.
So how can we create urgency in all the above scenarios?
Man, you putting me in school here, right? If you know the answer, come up with it, man.
Okay. So something as simple as you need diapers for the baby. You know you were down to the last one, yeah? And you know that your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever should be home at the time that he has to be home, and he's not home because you know he's hanging out with his buddies, yeah?
Yeah.
You'll make a phone call and say, Jester, I'm sitting here and the child has no diapers. What do you want me to let him put on something on him, put on a dress on me or something? You need to come and bring the diapers in. So that is urgency. You put it, it's not an urgent case that the diapers has to come now. But because you know where he is and you want him to come home, you use that, the diaper that he has no diapers.
Oh, so that's what you just do.
I don't have babies.
That's what you used to do.
I always had diapers.
You are using the example. I believe that's what I used to do.
No,
Because
there was well the people that I know where they are and I have no listen. I have no insecurities, you know.
I can make a first already people realize the type of person when they come to that door.
You can
You
say
can't take
whatever
it
you
back.
want.
You find the bullet already.
So you know what? I am going to leave you to discuss what it is. I'm not going to help. Go ahead.
Your crush keeps pushing after your answer. Why are you pushing him?
A stroller.
Or shoulder?
A stroller I'm pushing. But you tell me what you're pushing.
Shoulder too.
Okay.
Responding with panic.
No. Go back. Keep pushing after you answer.
Maybe. One.
So you ask me a question. I answer the question. But the answer is not to your liking. So I keep pushing to get more answers. And that's when sometimes the lie comes in. So we have to be careful what we're pushing for.
Yeah, sometimes the person might tell the truth, but I'm satisfied with the truth and is right. So then the lie will come in. Yeah, I agree with you with this one.
Really? You're such a loser.
Oh gosh. Responding with panic, over explaining, or instant compliance can unintentionally reinforce it. Let me read it again. Responding with panic, over explaining, or instant compliance can unintentionally reinforce it.
Okay, so we need to take a break.
Okay.
And when you come back, we'll do that. Yeah.
Finally, you don't need an ETA to travel to London to purchase your household appliances because Little England has you covered, located right here in Grenada. So, test to be exact, your convenient and affordable one stop store. Check us out for quality brands of blenders, irons, air fryers, stoves, washing machines, refrigerators,
Okay. I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did. Okay. Okay. We're going back on. Talk to you.
Looking at managing conflicts with people that you can't cut off and how it impacts on you mentally. And yeah, so we are back with my co-host CJ. Claire, welcome back.
I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you went somewhere, man.
No, I didn't go anywhere. I was here all along. You did. You, you
Didn't we
left.
didn't we take a break?
We took a break, but I was there. You didn't remove me from where I was.
What the people seeing you?
Yes, they were seeing me. They're not supposed to see me.
Yeah, rest my case with you. Yes. So let's continue from where we were, and that is what.
Calm repetition is often more effective.
Hold on.
Wait now.
Yeah,
You stopped at responding
right.
with panic over explaining or
Right. That's it.
right.
That's it, Claire. Yeah, responding with panic, over explaining, or instant compliance can unintentionally reinforce it. Calm reception is often more effective. You think so? Does it
Maybe.
work in all? Does it work in all cases?
In most cases.
Yeah. Sure, if you have to avoid the conflicts, because yeah, because
You all,
some people say
you
don't fight
always
with
hear
fire.
people always saying that you cannot catch fly with vinegar is honey, right?
That's true. That is so true.
So if
Yeah.
you go talking to people or you're talking at people and you're shouting at them and they see that you are boisterous, they wouldn't respond to you. But if you're calm, cool, and collective and you're having a conversation, as I am having a conversation with you right now,
Yeah.
you are going to listen.
I usually listen to you, Claire. Why are you trying to think as if I don't listen to you?
I just use you as an example, okay?
Um, I understand you disagree.
Mm-hmm.
My decision is the same. I'm not discussing that further. These are some calm repetition is often more effective. That's what they say. Calm repetition is often more effective. And they give example one. I understand you disagree. My decision is the same. I'm not discussing that further. So these are
And
the kind of tones that you expect.
and who might you use that those two?
Whoever you think you might end up in conflict with, because that's what you're trying to avoid.
And most times it's your children, you know that.
No. Well, most times, yes. But you meet other people out there, you
Yeah,
involve in
I
other
didn't
things.
say I
So
didn't say at
you do
all
avoid.
times it's your children.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I say, yeah, most time I agree with you. And I didn't disagree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can move on. Keep records with stakes. Keep records when stakes matter. Keep records when stakes matter. For work, housing, finances, or co-parenting. So they're saying
Mhm.
keep records when stakes matter for
Yeah.
work, housing, finances, or even parenting. So I think these are obvious situations. Summarize agreements in writing. Yeah. Follow up verbal conversations. Document timelines and decisions.
Okay, so let's do co-parenting again. Why do you think it says summarize arguments in writing? Follow up
Eh,
verbal conversations, document timelines and decision. And I'm talking about co-parenting in that one.
For all this,
Hmm. I'm not helping you because you're saying it's neither does do
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. I don't think about. I don't live in. I live in all the co-parenting there, but summarizing agreements in writing. So, for example, a lot of times when you, so for example, you probably may want some cash lend from somebody, and a lot of times people do put that in writing for the record's sake.
Hmm.
So you can't say, well, at that time you didn't, that did not happen. So you put the time, the date, the amount. So that, yeah. For follow up on verbal conversations, well, following up on verbal conversation is to um always to remind the person of the conversation you have, so that they can get the results. Especially if you're at the helm of an organization. For example, me, you know, I'm the chairman of the St. Patrick's Parish Sports Council, and I had to do a lot of the following up, even for the just concluded preschool sports there. And it was so important, Claire, because trust me, I was thinking, Lord, if I did not come and have that conversation or follow up on that, I mean, the ball would have dropped not just once. I've seen it happen quite a lot of times. Just with that thing we had there, when we planned there for last week Thursday. So I know it is absolutely necessary to be following up on verbal conversations. Yeah. Document timelines and decision. Well, of course, once you're in an organization, that is something that must be done, or else
Okay.
you are not making any headway.
All right.
You must you must have timelines and things this, or else a lot of things will, you'll just be dragging your feet on. You
All
know,
right. Go right ahead.
and this is not about being hostile. It prevents confusion and revisionism later. Yeah. So he's saying that with that kind of approach, this is not about being hostile. What it does, it will prevent confusion and revisionism later. Yeah, so right about that. Let's move on to our next subheading. Choose the right medium. Some people are more manageable.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Because, and when I say manageable, it's because it has to do with the willingness of one to cooperate. That's what it basically is about.
Well, yeah. But you see, we have to look at it this way. Not everyone has the same temperament. Not everyone is going to listen to the same things what you're saying, and not everyone is going to take what you're saying to be truth or what they want to hear. So there are different ways that you can manage these people.
Yeah.
So you might say something and I will agree with it. So you don't have to do much to manage me about it. Whereas somebody else is going to kick smoke.
Yeah, so I believe based on from on the subheading, choose the right medium. So you have, because in our organization you have people that come out from all different backgrounds, right?
Hmm.
And you will have to use different means, right, to create that effect of what you want to be achieved. All right. So sometimes what might work for the medium you may use for one person, it may not be the best suited for the other. That's the impression of what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, but the points that he's making here, some people are more manageable in writing than in person, by
Right.
phone than text, in structured
Right.
meetings than spontaneous conversation. And that is true.
Yeah. So that's why underneath they say use the format that creates the least distortion and emotional volatility.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is exactly that's the point we've been making. You know. So that's it. We move on to our next subheading: protect your nervous system.
Or your mental health.
Boy, this is interesting.
What do
Protect
they
your
mean? What do
nervous
they mean by
system.
that? What do they mean by that?
Well, again, I believe you have to deal with different human beings. And I got Leslie is there now, because Leslie, you might be hearing that. And I remember of Chapel. I remember Chapel always used to be telling you, Nico, you don't experiment with human beings. I could see Nico laughing. No?
Let him call. Let him call and tell you what Chapel used to say and how he dealt with it. The number is 4041189.
I, so Leslie is listening again. And it's clear, and I've done to develop that from Chaplin ever since. And me and Chaplin used to be sitting down very close by in meetings,
I look at
And
Chapel as an assassin, yes,
Chaplin,
honestly.
Chaplin, Chaplin used to get furious with Nico, and, and all
Yeah.
the gestures and everything from the meeting. And to me, Nicole used to try to take Chaplin lightly, but Chaplin was just dead serious. And I used to see the reason why Chaplin used to be saying this thing. You don't experiment with human beings, you know what I'm saying? So Leslie used to like to experiment with human beings. So you was protect your nervous system again. Well, again, is
You
avoid
did not
your
answer how you are protecting your nervous
uh,
system.
well, I will try to protect my nervous system by using the simplest means of avoiding any conflict once you have to deal with the person. That is my
Okay.
way of explaining how I would protect my nervous system. So if you know the way you might get that person to really react in a nice way is by sending them a nice like a text and they'll do that, then you do that. As opposed you want to step in the office and hey, you go down by Mr. Jean and collect this thing from me now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ongoing conflict becomes physically draining. Watch for rehearsing arguments constantly. Hyper vigilance before interactions. 3. Emotional exhaustion after small exchanges. Feeling trapped or reactive. So going back to under the subheading, protect your nervous system. And under that, you have ongoing conflict become physically draining. So watch for rehearsing arguments constantly. So you have to watch out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hypervigilance before interactions. So it's almost like you have to be walking on eggshell and things. What they're advising you to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have to be vigilant and hyperly so.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emotional exhaustion after small exchanges. No, I don't understand that one.
What do you mean you don't understand that one?
No, I tell you, can you explain? We need listeners out there to be fully aware of what you're saying. Emotional exhaustion after small exchanges.
Okay, so you and I have a conflict. It is not a big one. But by the time I'm finished with you, I am emotionally drained. I'm exhausted by dealing with you. Even after a small conflict with you or small exchange. So imagine if we had a big blowout, maybe I'll end up by Lacroix or by Bailey's or somebody.
But like, you have people that died after arguments already, like cussing with somebody, and they
Yeah,
chopped up.
well, yeah, they
But not
had
happy
gone.
after that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Emotionally did that to them. So there
And
you go.
the last one said feeling trapped or reactive.
Yeah. All
Feeling
right.
trapped.
Mm-hmm. You have okay. You ever feel trapped in any situation that you cannot get out?
I I I feel trapped already. Maybe in a case where you might be having to deal with somebody or some deals or something. Maybe some deal. And after you realize, you know what? That person kind of really gained on me in such a way, like all the skill in which they use in bringing across the thing, and you realize after a while, you know what? I get tricked.
When somebody's calling
And
just and the phone is unavailable,
somebody's calling.
yeah, they tried.
Why? Why should that?
Try again,
No,
D.
no, that shouldn't be like that. Yeah, the phone is on.
So he said it wrong. So let me give you the number. Um, and so you could call it back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or they want to try again.
Well, I did say try again. So let's see. So check your phone. I'm going to send the number for you, okay?
All right.
And then you could call it. So yes. So you said feeling trapped like that?
Feeling. No, you were saying something about feeling. Well, yeah, I was giving him the explanation on how I may feel trapped. I did give him my explanation on that. So I
Okay,
don't know.
some people say they're feeling trapped in a relationship and they
Yeah,
can't get out. So these are the kind of feeling trapped, and how you react to the trap that you're in, to your coworker, or to someone that is close to you, or your relative, right?
yeah.
Okay. So let me send the number for you so you can call back. And right, I think that's it. So I send the number to you so you can call back the person because she wants to make a contribution.
Yeah, I seen 4 missed calls.
Mm-hmm. So look on the number and see if you see the one. Is the phone on? Yeah.
It's yeah, the phone is on. So it's a WhatsApp number, right?
Yes, it is. So yeah. So there are different ways in which someone can feel trapped. Animals can feel trapped, as you know. You, you have a dog and put it in a kennel, and the dog is trying to get out, and it can't. So the dog is trapped there. Also, if a cat falls in a ditch and there is a barrier over it and it cannot get out, the cat is also trapped. And the way they react is not pretty. So we humans do the same. We may not have a cage, we may not have bars around us, but we still can feel trapped.
Mm-hmm.
All right? How you on your call going?
Ah, let's see.
No, don't call from your phone.
Okay.
Call from the.
No, I don't currently have to take watching number from my phone, Clay.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so so we're talking about recovery matters, right? So we're gonna go
Mm-hmm.
time time away
Hello.
from the
Hi, Claire.
Hi, good morning. I'm
Good
not sure why I couldn't get through this morning.
morning.
Anyway, good that you called back because I think all of us at some point in our life would have experienced having a difficult relationship with someone. So to me, first of all, you have to recognize that the relationship is difficult. So then you can be proactive. And what does that mean by being proactive? You can regulate your emotion, you can set clear boundaries, and you have to have honest conversation with that person. Because one of the things it says is setting clear boundaries. And timing is everything because sometimes you want to have the conversation with the person, but it's not the right time. And even if they may say something that upsets you, it may not be the right time to escalate. So you have to wait until maybe both of you are calm and you have the mental space now to have this productive conversation with the person. And then if everything else fails, you try for a while for your own peace of mind, for your own mental health. You may have to walk away because if it drains you mentally, if it violates your boundaries all the time, and then if it requires more work than is necessary, then it might be time to step away from that relationship. And stepping away from that relationship doesn't mean that you're enemy of that person now. It's just that you relate on a different level. But you have to know when it's time. You try, you're not successful, but sometimes for your own peace of mind, you have to step away. So it's difficult because we may have difficult relationship at the workplace that you can't avoid. So there you have to know how to deal with it, or you may be in your family, or it may be a close friend. But in all of those instances, you have to be proactive and plan. How am I going to deal with this person? And I think that will go a long way in making the relationship better for you and the person by setting those boundaries. So that's my contribution for today. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you so very much
Thank
once
you.
again.
So that
Yes, Claire. So there we had it. And as usual, very, 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 very valuable indeed.
Hmm.
So we'll have to continue.
Are you aware of the
Listen,
time?
I am.
Okay.
So know when management is no longer enough. If the conflicts involve intimidation, threats, coercive
Coercive.
control,
Hmm.
sabotage, harassment, emotional or physical abuse, the strategy changes from conflict management to safety, support, documentation, and outside help. You don't always need dramatic confrontation to improve a difficult relationship. Often, the biggest improvements come from becoming more predictable, less emotionally hookable, and more deliberate about access and boundaries. Oh, clear.
Yes.
That is how.
So no one management is no longer enough. You see the part where it says if the conflicts involves intimidation,
Yeah.
threats, coercive control, sabotage, harassment, emotional or physical abuse. It is saying that if you cannot deal with this on your own, you need to get outside help. And that is
Right.
something that a lot of us refuse to do because we think that we are in control and we can control the whole situation. Where that might even make it worse than it is at the moment.
Yeah. So because I mean, because with all these points there, if it reaches to that institute, I mean, I find they call out quite a lot before they mention getting outside help. Because that's quite a
Okay.
lot to deal with, yeah. Having to deal with all these negatives there. Yeah.
What
So
and why you think a lot of workplaces these days has a department for mental health and it starts with
yeah,
the manager and the workers because everybody, like, we come from different walks of life and everybody is not the same, so you meet all different ways and ideas and everything, and you cannot really do it on your own. So that's why they have those departments now. When you're going to certain conflicts, you go talk to the professionals.
yeah. So one of these days, I actually came across Martin Harvey via the phone on the weekend. He was here. I
Mm-hmm.
did not see him, and but we spoke on the telephone, and he wants to because he's somebody that's involved in dealing with mental health, but in sports. So one of these days he would like to appear on our show,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, mental health in with regards sports. Yeah. So
Okay. Well,
there's some
you remember we did one of the topics on mental health in sports, and we talk about people like Serena Williams and the tennis Raducanu and the whole of them.
I don't think we had dealt with it in detail. We just really scratched on the surface, I remember.
Yeah.
But why he go be dealing with something more in depth? Because Javi is still deeply involved in sports and everything like that, more on the technical side of
Okay.
things. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever is listening, we have come to the end of our program for today. The topic was managing conflicts with people that you can't cut off. And I thought it was really, really an interesting program. So, as to sensitize people how to safeguard themselves from becoming mentally ill as to because of how they have to deal with people from a managerial standpoint. We thought what we'd have go through would definitely help them to cope with dealing with people, and you don't necessarily have to be in our workplace or say there are people that probably they are retired now, but they still have to deal with people. They may have people come in and do things at their homes, do a little work over at their homes, and you have to interact with them, and it could end up in some form of conflict. So you have to know how to deal with people like that. So these things go a long, long way away from our workplaces.
Especially when you hire them to do a job and they're cutting corners for you.
So
Next. Yes.
why are you saying that?
Next, I mean the next person coming along, I find you.
Oh, well, you always find me and you can find me yet.
Okay.
So, Claire, your last words?
My last one is thank you so very much to everyone that checked in on the live, and continue to like, share, and subscribe.
and subscribe.
And again,
And
if
again,
you have any
if
topic
you have
that you'd
any
like us to
topic that you'd like us
discuss,
to discuss,
you can call Jester. You can send us an
you
email
can send an email
and let us know. So we
and
will
let us
do
know
research
so
and
we
get
will
back to you with
back
it
to you with it.
so that each and every one of us can learn from
Anyone
it.
can learn from it.
Thank you all so very much.
All right, Claire, thanks for being there, my co-host. To all the listeners and viewers of Take 5, indeed it was a pleasure for yet another Tuesday with you sacrificing your mid-morning hours to be with us. And I thank you so very much. And it is time for me to say goodbye and wish you God's richest blessing of what is left of today, Tuesday, until I catch you up next week, Tuesday, God's will, where we'll have another interesting program for you to follow. So long. I'm out of here, folks.
Don't cut me off with your Jester. Hold on, I have to send an email.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices come, what's the care? Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. We'll take CJ and Chester. Talking truth, deep pressure. Every Tuesday, answering on holding space. Just for you. Take, take your time. We're here. You're nothing. Take, you're not alone. See, they and Esther. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word. Oh, take 5, see the Jester, talking truth and passion. Every Tuesday, same to space. Just take up, take your time. From here, take
Bye, everyone.
and best memory. Oh, laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've